Good evening and welcome everybody. It is Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, and I always like to drink. How we doing today? My name is Jesse, and welcome to Questionable Sports. I will be with you until I get done talking. How we doing today? So, you know how we do things around here. We got to start off right, and we're gonna start off. You know how we do it with the shot. Cheers. Whew, thank you for the applause. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, how's everybody doing it to this evening? Let's get started with what we gonna talk about today. Give me 1 second. There's an issue. Looks like there we go. What's going on? Thank you. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Los. Thank you for joining. How you doing today? Let's start off again. Let's start off by seeing what we talking about today. And I messed up. Boom. There we go. Now we're talking. Today, welcome to my casa. Welcome to me. Today's topics is we got who are the Cowboys playing this week. We got tonight's games. We got my boy Miguel joining from work. He's gonna be talking basketball, mostly Mavs. We got Saturday games to watch. College football we're talking about. Scotty, he's always got his segment and what he's gonna be talking about. We got the question of the day. We're gonna talk about our Heisman's top front runners for this season, just this season, and we're gonna do my favorite segment. Put a shot on it. Hell yeah. Hold on. How's everybody evening going? How you doing today, Mom? So starting off, we're gonna talk about the Dallas Cowboys and who are they playing this week. So this week they're playing the Houston Texans on Monday night at 7:15. Houston's 6-4. They actually lost the last two games. They are right now kind of in the same boat as the Cowboys with injuries, but the only bad thing is they still have their quarterback. Cowboys don't got theirs. They have both their receivers are hurt. Nico Collins, who is their leading receiver, he's questionable for this weekend. I'm a little thirsty. There we go. And um, Stephon Diggs, he's hurt. He's actually on the IR, so he's going to be out for a little bit longer. So that's their top two receivers that are out. They're still playing well. CJ Stroud is their quarterback. He has 2,371 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. It's a down season compared to what he was last year. Last year, rookie of the year, playing hella good. Everybody was surprised how good he played, especially with him going number two over Bryce Young. Uh, but again, he's not a bad quarterback. Even though with the down season, he's not a bad quarterback. It's just right now he's just struggling because of his receivers. Uh, his running back is Joe Nixon, which everybody knows was from Cincinnati. Got traded over to Houston. Really good running back. I like him. He's elusive. He's got speed. He hits the hole hard. So they decide they're going to run the ball a lot. That's going to be tough for the Cowboys because he's a really good running back. Um, but like I said, the receivers they're out right now. Nico's unquestionable. So hey, I'm not sure if he's gonna play. If he's not gonna play, it's not gonna be easy for the defense. I'm not nothing in NFL is easy, but I feel like it's gonna be tougher for them to score. But the only problem with that is the Cowboys can't score no points. I mean, I said it Tuesday. If y'all were watching Tuesday with the Cowboys, if Zeke never fumbled that ball into the end zone, down about the red zone, and CD saw the ball without the sun in his eye, I mean, there's 14 points. But with those two possessions, we only got 3 points out of that. So there's 11 points left off the board right there. At that point, Cowboys would have been in the league going into halftime. So if you take that into perspective and what you think was going to happen in the second half. Yeah, second half, that's when the Eagles opened it up. But who's not to say that the Cowboys were not going to be more confident coming out there now that they say, "Hey, we're in a lead. We're supposed to lose this game." So I still feel like, and I said this before, and I said it on Tuesday if you were watching, is um, if I have a really good feeling Cowboys can win this game. Are they? I don't know. I mean, I ain't no expert or anything like that, but uh the game does, as Lowe's just said, momentum does a lot. Momentum, which is they're gonna need that coming into this game, and I don't know if that loss from Sunday night is gonna carry over to Monday night, but we'll see. Cowboys coaching staff is so, what's the word, inconsistent. Ace, what are you doing? My cat's under here, and I'm afraid he's gonna unplug something because he's right behind the computer. So if I go blank, it's because the cat just unplugged everything. Hey, come on. You are getting tangled up. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. He moved. Yes, they're going to actually go with Cooper Rush still. I feel like they have to run the ball. And if we saw Sunday, it wasn't Sunday night, it was Sunday afternoon. I'm sorry, not Sunday night. If we saw Sunday, the, how many times we gashed the Eagles for rushing yards? Yeah, there was plays we lost. We got 1 or 2 yards or lost a yard, but that happens all the time in the NFL. And what's crazy is the fact that they get away from that so easy. With the first down, they got 8 yards. Second down, they may get a yard, but instead it's 31. What do? Throw the ball deep. Or the second down is second down and 3. It's okay to throw the ball and try to do a little play action. Um, but because your third down, you're going to try it again and get that first down. But they're inconsistent. They go first down pass, second down pass, third down pass, 3 and out. You have a backup quarterback who you've seen has not been producing anything all game. Why are you keep trying to go run the ball or throw the ball? I'm sorry. Uh, do you know who's starting quarterback? I already said that. Rush is going. Trey. No, they gonna go with Trey Lance. I haven't heard anything about Trey Lance, but if they go Trey Lance, is terrible. And I don't know why y'all keep saying go Trey Lance. We already saw what he could do in the preseason against the second string and third string when he threw 5 interceptions. Like, and then when he came in the game the other day, he didn't really do much. So I mean, why y'all keep asking for Trey Lance? I don't understand what you're seeing in him that's is a great quarterback, because he's not a great quarterback at all. So stop asking for him to come in. There's a reason he's third string. There's a reason 49ers didn't want him. They got rid of him. He's not a quarterback. He can't throw the ball. So that's my take on that, on the Cowboys, and especially the quarterback situation. Their tight end, Houston's tight end, y'all gonna remember him as Dalton Schultz. He was the ex-Cowboy. He's gonna be playing against the Cowboys. He ain't got very good stats though. He's got 300 yards, 310 with 0 touchdowns. So I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. What I'm trying to say is, I know he's going to come into here and try to show out, and especially they're going to have Wilson on him. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be bad. Wilson can't cover a tight end if his life depended on it right now. And I mean, I like Wilson because he'll come down and hit you in the mouth. But when it comes to coverage, he's not the greatest. And I don't know why they keep putting him in coverage. They keep exposing him, and it's terrible. And I feel bad for him. But my thing, like I said, is I feel like Cowboys are going to win. I have a good feeling of it. If they lose, fuck it. They have their backup quarterback in. Their coaches just, I don't know, man. Especially on the offensive side, defensive side, they played better last week. They got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and I think that's going to help too, because Tunsil, who's the tackle for the Texans, he's questionable. So and he's their best tackle. So if he can't go, that's going to really light a fire under the defensive line to go get pressure on him, on the quarterback. But one thing is, with like Hurts and with all the quarterbacks Cowboys faced in the past, is CJ can run too, so they got to be aware of that. Don't let him get out the pocket. And I think Overwatch does a hell of a job quarterback spying. No, Dion's not coming to stop. What the social media stuff y'all are watching is ridiculous. Dion already said he's not want to coach in the NFL. He's going to stay in the college ranks. It's easier for him. He's not going to come to the Cowboys. I know they're already throwing Dion come out to the Cowboys. He's not going to come to the Cowboys. He doesn't want to coach NFL. He's already said it plenty of times. It's just people saying throwing his name out there just because they want to start speculation. So Dion's not coming to Dallas. Dion's not coming to the NFL. If anything, we've already talked about this a couple of weeks back, or not even maybe a week ago. Is he might go to Florida State as the head coach of Florida State, but that's still a toss up in the air. He might stay at Colorado. Who knows? So Dion's not coming to the NFL. I mean, I like Dion. I think Dion's a good coach, but I think it'll be not tough, but it's different. It's a lot different. Look at there's a lot of coaches out there who can't make it in the NFL because it's hard. You're dealing with spoiled grown men, and Dion was a spoiled grown man. So, uh, but moving right along today, let's talk about tonight's games. What we got going on tonight. Hopefully by then Miguel will be joining. Let me see if he hasn't joined yet. So, um, but yeah, tonight's games we got Mavs playing. And what's crazy, this is the only game that's on tonight. Is the Mavs Jazz? It's on 8:00 at NBA TV. I believe it's going to be on regular TV as well. I just didn't look up what channel it's going to be on. You have fighting and boxing actually this weekend, not tonight, but this weekend you got Tyson versus Jake Paul on Netflix on Friday, and you got Jones versus Miocic on pay-per-view on Saturday. Both, depending on if you like fighting or not. I feel like the Tyson Jake Paul is just for show, but Jones and Miocic on Saturday should be a good fight. They got some undercards on there, but I haven't been keeping up with MMA so long, so I don't even know who's good and who's not. But I just with it being a pay per view, you'll hope they'll have some good fights on there. Not saying I'm gonna watch it or anything like that, but I might have Tyson Jake Paul on just to have it because I do have Netflix. I don't think they're gonna charge you anything extra. I think it's just on Netflix. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. I don't want to talk about that right now. NHL games, the Stars do play tonight. They play at 7, which they're playing right now on ESPN Plus. And if you have the Victory app, and that's free to download, and the games are on there are free. So if you want to watch the Stars play the Bruins, they're playing right now. And the Blues and the Sabres playing at 6:30, which they're playing right now on Hulu. There's other NHL games, but these are the only ones that are on TV or Hulu. Everything else is on ESPN Plus. College football, we have Eastern Carolina versus Tulsa. And get away from under there. Eastern Carolina versus Tulsa on ESPN. I just scared my cat. At 6:30 on ESPN. So there is actually a Grambling versus who they're playing. Somebody else, Alabama State or something like that. Is another. That's on ESPNU. I can't remember. Alabama something. I don't know if it's Alabama State or Alabama something. I can't remember. But I know it was Alabama. So those are the games that are coming on tonight. You like fight, man, Mom? We're talking about boxing and UFC. We ain't talking about like fighting for reals. I know everybody knows you like fighting. So, but let's see. It's yep. So give me 1 second. Come on. Why are you not working? Here we go. So here we go. Mr. Miguel, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for joining.
No problem.
So, as y'all know, Mr. Miguel is a huge Mavs basketball fan. He loves basketball. He likes long walks on the beach. Oh, something like I can't remember. What was something like that?
Something like that.
So, how's your day going so far today, sir?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain.
That's good to hear. So, first thing we're gonna start off. I'm going to ask a couple of questions about the Mavs and the Mavs season, and we'll talk a little about the NBA. My first question is, what do you think of the Mavs right now? I know what they're like 5-5 or something like that.
No, I think they were
5 and
5-6,
6.
so
So
they fell under 500. Yeah,
they're what, a 3-game losing streak right now?
yeah, 3 game losing streak. They've all been clutch games too. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's what sucks, because they're fun to watch. I'm not sure if any of y'all watched any of the games this season, but the Mavs are fun to watch. It just comes down to the end, and I let Miguel explain a little bit about what he feels like is going on at the end of the games.
Uh, just lack of effort, on both ends. Uh, I don't know, can't really explain it. It's a little irritating, to be honest.
How many times have you cussed at the TV because of that, or wanted to break at least throw something, not break your TV, but at least throw something?
Plenty of times, especially with Luca.
The second question, I kind of tied the first two kind of into there, was do you think there's a lack of a closer on the team? Uh, do you think with Kyrie and Luka are kind of bumping heads, and with Clay Thompson, they knowing him being a shooter, with all three of them, do you think they're like not there synchronized wise? I guess that's the word I'm looking for.
Nah, I feel like they addressed that issue last season. I don't think that's the issue. It's just for some reason shots aren't falling. I mean, they'll eventually fall, but they're just not falling right now.
I mean, it's early, so I'm not gonna panic yet. But at what point would you start panicking? I'm not saying like next week, but you think by All Star or maybe
Yeah, I think by All-Star weekend, midpoint through the season, if they don't look any better, then yeah, we can start panicking.
who's missing? I know there's a couple of injuries. Who's missing that could really help out?
Well, right now, just PJ, but I think he's available today.
So
I need to double check, but I think he's available today. And then Dante Exum, but he's going to be out for a couple more weeks.
what is he down with?
Dante Exum,
Yeah.
I think he broke his wrist or something like
Oh
that
shit. Was that from last year or was that from this year?
during the off season.
Oh, okay. Because somebody got hurt in the playoffs last year with the injury like that. Who do you remember?
Oh yeah, that was Maxey.
Okay.
He's available. He just hasn't played.
And what do you think of
Which is
Dwight
kinda
Powell
odd.
coming in, replacing Lively since Lively was out for a couple of games? How do you think Powell?
I mean, Dwight Powell.
yeah.
I mean, I like Dwight in small increments, like minutes wise, but like as a replacement for Lively, yeah, we struggle in the paint,
Mm.
rebounding, defending, scoring.
I think he's more
But he's
of
a good energy guy for
on the
sure.
bench.
Off the bench.
Yeah. Well, on the bench too. Hey, he's a great cheerleader on
That
the
too.
sideline.
That too.
If there's any questions that y'all want to ask Miguel while he's on here, please feel free to ask in the chat. He will gladly answer them and probably answer them right. I'll answer them wrong. But I know Tuesday my mom had asked what's going on with Luca, and I was like, I don't think there was anything wrong with him. But
He is dealing with a groin strain, I
ooh,
think.
yeah, those
Yeah.
suck. I don't know if you ever had
So
one.
I don't know if he's 100%.
I've had a groin strain before. That shit hurts. It's like, what's crazy is like you don't realize how much you use that muscle until you hurt that muscle. And
Yeah.
I pulled my groin muscle before, and you don't realize when you turn, you use that muscle's being used. So every time I was I heard it in school. So every time I would just turn down the hallway or something like that, like, oh shit, that hurt. Or cutting to make a sudden cut, that shit would hurt. So yeah, I'm sure he feels uncomfortable right now. So oh, you know what? I forgot to say games on tonight. Is that there's an sorry, Miguel, it just popped in my head because the game's on right now. Is that there's an NFL game, Eagles versus the Redskins tonight. I apologize, stream, for being delayed on that, but yeah, there's that game's on right now.
Match play two
Yeah,
today, by the way.
Yeah, 8 o'clock on ESPN. But is it going to be on regular TV as well?
I think so. Let me double check. Let me see.
We're going to be switching over from Mavs talk to a little bit of NBA right now. What's up, Miguel?
Okay. So it's gonna be on NBA TV and then on local television.
So probably 29 or channel 8,
Yeah, 29.
29. Gotcha.
29.
So, but moving
Yeah.
on, how about them Cavs? And do you think they can keep that going on for long?
Uh, I mean, I've always liked their roster. I've always liked the Cavs. Uh, but I mean, it's a long season, so who knows? And right now, they're not dealing with any injuries that I know of. I think just who was his name, Max Spruce. I think he's the only one that I know of. And I don't know if he's back yet. But it's like I said, it's a long season, so I don't know. And then come playoff time, it's a different game.
Yeah, for sure. Way different game, and it's all about being hot. If you get hot
Yeah.
at the right time, and I think like last year with the Mavs, I feel like they got hot at the right time. Because they played some tough teams: Minnesota, Oklahoma. Who's the other team they played?
Minnesota, Oklahoma, Clippers.
Clippers. So they played some good teams, and I just think they got hot at the right time. There is a question for you, Miguel. Do you think the Mavs will make it to the championship game this year, or championship this year?
I mean, it's too early to tell. Like the way they look now, definitely not. But it's it's still early. Kind of like last season where they kind of turned it around after the trade deadline.
Well,
you just never know.
I'm gonna talk crap about.
I mean, they have the talent, they have the roster. They have a deep roster, but they have to click.
I'm gonna blame it on the coach. I think it's Jason Kidd's fault.
I mean, not entirely, but to some extent, yes. Especially like these last 3 games, like the execution at the end of the fourth quarter. It hasn't been good. Just no plays out of timeouts and stuff like that.
And do you think? Well, I mean that was a good point too. No plays out of timeouts. I mean, you see it. You think he lets him like kind of? I'm not gonna say that.
He lets them
free ball, I guess you call it. I don't want to say the wrong word, but like kind of just go on their own.
Yeah, that's his coaching style. He's not the kind of person or coach that draws plays.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been like that.
He's more of the
yeah, he lets them lead on the court,
And that's gotten him in trouble before because he said that before. He said where he's said
that's why they consider him a player's coach.
Yeah, well, because there's one. I remember one interview or at the press conference where he said they asked him why he didn't call a timeout, and when the other team went on the run, and he said he was letting the players try to play through it.
Yeah,
but sometimes you do, and sometimes you got you do. I feel like you do have to shut it down because once it gets on a team gets on a row, sometimes it's kind of hard to stop them. You got to stop that momentum yourselves.
Yep.
So, I haven't watched any of the Cavs. I just know that they've been, keep winning. I get notifications. They're like 13-0 now, and I'm like, damn, But I don't think they're no Chicago Bulls or not Utah. That's what the Mavs play night. No, Warriors. The two teams that have the best record. I don't think they're gonna have the best record towards the end of the season. But that's just my opinion. I'm no expert.
Yeah.
Miguel's the expert. I'm gonna say that. So
that's another team that I was surprised with this season, the Warriors.
Oh yeah, because everybody thought with Clay leaving that they were gonna fall off, and that's actually that's going into my next question. What team besides the Cavs are a surprise to you?
Yeah, the Warriors.
To me,
even with picking up Buddy Hield, like I didn't think that was gonna move the team that much.
Yeah,
but I mean he's been shooting the lights out.
I mean he's a great defender too, though. That's what people forget. He's a great defender. He's not just all offense because that's what I think in college. That's what he was known for, was being an offensive player. But he's picked up a lot of defense this year, or not in the since he's been in NBA.
I think right now the Warriors are like a top 6 offense and defense.
Oh dang!
Oh.
So that's pretty good. One team that I ain't gonna say might surprise me, but I kind of figure might have thought I was a little slower. And I think we talked about this the last time we were on. As I Oklahoma, I thought they were gonna be good, but I didn't think they were gonna be what 10-2 right now. I think that's
Yeah,
the record. So I think that's gonna be the team kind of beat this year for the Mavs in their division in the Western Conference.
and
Again, in the
Chet
Eastern is
Holmgren's
gonna
going to be out for a while too.
he got hurt.
Yeah, he fractured his hip, I believe.
Oh, that sucks. And like I said before, you hear me say that sucks, and people are like, why he don't play for the Mags? What I don't like when good players are. I like the best players to be on the court or on the field.
Yeah,
You know, you want to
makes
watch.
it
You want
makes
to
it more
watch.
interesting.
Yeah, it makes it more worthwhile, even if it is your team that they're playing against. You know, you want to play against the best. You don't want to sit there and be like, oh, we beat them, but then you have an asterisk next to it. Well, they're missing their star players. So, another question: who is your favorite NFL team, Miguel?
Well, I don't really watch football that much, but I'd probably say Kansas City.
Kansas City. He's one of the bandwagon fans.
Oh, just because I like Patrick Mahomes,
Oh, okay. What?
because he's from what, Tyler, Texas.
Yeah, he played at Texas Tech in college.
Yeah.
The
So
last.
I always root for home team.
Um,
I try to.
um, last question, Mr. Miguel, and I'll let you go on and get ready for the Mavs game. Are you gonna watch the fights this weekend or any other fights? UFC or boxing?
I do watch them. I just don't keep up with them. So like I can't tell you who I'm looking forward to watching, but I'll watch them.
Well, I'm just saying, are you planning to go and watch any of them, or are you planning on?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I usually do watch them.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, with boxing and like I was saying earlier with the MMA, is I don't watch it as religiously as I used to, so I can't tell you who's good and who's not. And boxing, this
Yeah,
Tyson,
yeah, same here.
Jake Paul, I just think it's more of a show than it is an actual real boxing. So I'm not going to sit there and get invested in uh Tyson Jake Paul fight. So I wouldn't waste my time on it. That's for me. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Like I said, Netflix, it's on Netflix, so I'll just probably have it on. And one thing, since you're here, Miguel, I'll say it too, is one thing I'll hate is to watch the fight and see Mike Tyson get beat up. I've watched Tyson since he was, and you have that mindset that, man, Tyson's a dog. Tyson, like, he can, he can he can hurt you. And I've seen fights where he got beat
Yeah,
up pretty bad, but I mean, you have that mindset, and you're gonna have this guy Jake Paul who's half his age going in here trying to and fight him. You know what I mean? And you're gonna have a 58-year-old get beat up by a 30-something-year-old. Like, come on now. So that's why I say it's for show. I don't. That's why I'm not really interested in really watching it. I mean, I'll watch. Like I said, I'll have it on, and if Tyson does something, I don't see what would be the the W for Jake Paul. So if he wins, he beat up an old man. If he loses, you got beat up by an old man. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's just my
It's
take on
just
the
yeah,
fight.
like you said, it's just for show,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah, same here. But Miguel, I appreciate you being here today.
For sure, anytime.
So for being here today, Miguel will receive a hand clap. I don't got no money, Miguel. I'm getting, but thank you, Miguel. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you again in a week or two,
Sounds
or
good.
hear for you again from in a week or two.
All right,
All right, man.
sounds
Have a
good.
great evening.
You too.
All right, that was Miguel. I appreciate Miguel being there today. Again, he'll be on again. We'll have him on. I don't want to have him on every week because then we wouldn't really have much to talk about. Again, we're not experts here. We don't sit here and diagnose the games and stuff like that. Miguel even asked. He even said he's like he'll take notes. I was like, no, man, this is as for a fan perspective. Watch the game, enjoy the game, and then we can talk about the games later on. We don't have to sit there and take notes and have to, um, you know, do all that. We're not experts. We're just guys watching the games, our girls, some of y'all, there's girls out there to watch the games. I'm not gonna say just guys. My mom's out there. She's watches football, baseball, hockey. I'm not sure how much she watches the basketball, but Scotty should be getting on here pretty soon. I'm not sure when, but I will start without him. The next thing we got going on is we're gonna talk about Saturday's games, college football. You know I love talking about college football, so um, that is my thing. Um, I actually got down. Normally I do what like two, three games we'll talk about, and I'll have Scotty would do a couple of games that he thought of, but I did like five. 'Cause I think this weekend, even though there's not a lot of ranked games, there are some good games that are going to be played this weekend. So first thing is I got Utah, Colorado, and I know if I was here, if I said Colorado, Scotty Potter would have rolled his eyes, and I'm probably sure a lot of y'all would too. Um, but Utah, after that tough loss at BYU, are they going to come with that same energy they had against BYU going against Colorado? And I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if they will or not. But what I do know is Colorado is hot right now, and if you ain't jumped on the hype train, I think this is the game that you might, because after this is probably going to be their toughest game until the Big 12 championship game, because then they got Kansas and some I can't remember who the other one is. But it's not a tough schedule after Utah. Utah's not even that great. They're 4-5, so they were projected to be in the Big 12 championship or be playing close to the Big 12. Utah, but with them losing their starting quarterback, hey, what's going on? DT Red, he's a Kelsey Swift fan. Yeah, Miguel's he's a Swifty fan. So uh but I don't judge anybody. He could be whoever fan he want to be. I just say, I didn't know he was a Patrick Mahomes fan to today. So that's brand new to me. But it's all good. He said, I mean, he probably meant Kelsey, but he said Patrick Mahomes. I remember one time we were just go talk about Miguel real quick. Not in a bad way. We were doing the NBA, not the college March Madness, and we asked Miguel who's gonna win. And I said, "Are you on the group for the Mustangs?" And he's like, "That sounds like a good team to play to cheer for." Talk about the SMU Mustangs, and they were the basketball team's all right, but he started rooting for them because they were called Mustangs. Oh wait, the next game, and this is talking about SMU right now. SMU is playing Boston College at SMU, so I'm interested to see what the fan base is going to be that now that SMU. I mean, SMU has always had a nice, solid fan base. They've always turned out for games, but this is a different season, different atmosphere. So I'm interested to see what the SMU fan base is going to be this weekend against Boston College. Miguel, nope. Patrick Mahomes, he's a Mavs fan too. He is a Mavs fan. He is. He is. But I appreciate everybody out there watching today. I appreciate it. But yeah, SMU. Hopefully they can stay hot. I wouldn't lack Boston College. They're a really good team. So hopefully they can don't take Boston College lightly, because if they do, Boston College will go in there and beat them. So SMU needs to make sure they keep their head on straight. Uh, Moving on, Nebraska, the 5-4 Nebraska versus the 4-5 USC. And some of y'all probably like, man, these teams are sorry. I said this before. These games are probably the best games to watch. The games that nobody really going to be are watching are the ones that you probably should watch. Hold on. Cheers break. I was talking a lot. Need a drink. He said if he beats Tyson, he'll want Canelo next. Oh, you know what? He did say that. Canelo will destroy him. You got to be kidding. I don't even think Canelo would take that fight. It wouldn't even be worth that fight. He did say that. I remember him saying that. And yeah, Canelo would destroy him. That'd be crazy. I would love to see him. Love to see him get knocked out. Give me 1 second. I was seeing the Scotty text. He hasn't joined yet. So, yeah, Nebraska, USC, and everybody knows with Nebraska that I'm a Matt Rules fan. He came to Baylor, turned Baylor around, He ended up going to the NFL. You know, it didn't work out. You know, NFL, like I said earlier, NFL is a whole different ballgame. It ain't college. Like when my mom was talking about Deion Sanders coming to the NFL, nothing against Deion. I think he's going to be a great coach. But I think he still needs couple of more years left, maybe in college, then maybe go to NFL. Because he only been in college like 5 years. So let's not sit there and think that he just just been there forever. He was at Jackson State for 4 years, 3 years, and then he came to Colorado. So he's only been this is his second year at Colorado. So he hasn't been in college football long. He was in high school before then. He was coaching in prep school in Dallas, and so he's always coached his son. So that's why a lot of people are thinking that he's going to come to the NFL. He's going to come to the NFL with his son. But I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I see him leaving to a different school, but I don't see him coming to the NFL. And then USC, I just love the fact that USC is just falling apart. Never been a UFC fan, especially when I was a Texas fan back in the day. I was a Texas fan when they won the national championship, but I'm not going to claim that I was, a big fan like that. I'll let the Texas fans claim that because I did switch a couple of years after that to Baylor. So, um, what was that? Oh, Nebraska and the USC. That game's at 3 o'clock. Oh, I didn't tell you the times at the other game. Utah, Colorado is at 11 o'clock on Fox. At they're gonna what are the new what are the Fox channel? What are they called? Huh? The Fox News. They're not news but sports. What are they called in the morning? Noon kickoff or something like that. Yeah, I think it's called like Fox Noon Kickoff. It's gonna be at Colorado, so that that's why the game's at 11 o'clock. Because normally Colorado plays like the later games, but it's at 11 o'clock on Saturday on Fox, and then Boston College SMU is at 2:30 on ESPN. So, I mean, right there, 11 o'clock, 2:30, back to back, boom, boom, good games. You can just sit there, crack a beer open, get you some nachos, get you some mozzarella sticks, some chips, salsa. Y'all can sit there and watch college football from 11 o'clock to that's gonna go off about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Boom. Wait, there's more. You got Georgia and Tennessee, 8-1 Tennessee versus 7-2 Georgia, 6:30 ABC. So you could go from 11 o'clock football to about 9:30, 10 o'clock watching college football. 3 great games. You ain't got to move just to use the restroom and grab a beer or make a drink. I don't know what y'all do. What y'all drink? Water, Gatorade. I don't care. But those are just 3 games right off the bat that you can sit there and watch games right off the bat. Bam, bam, bam. But yeah, Tennessee, Georgia, 8-1 Tennessee. Tennessee's only loss was to Arkansas, who, by the way, is playing Texas this week. So I already put this right here. I got it right here, written right here. Let me see. Y'all can't see it because of this camera thing, but it says I got Texas 8-1 versus 5-4 Arkansas. Could be upset alert. So Texas needs to watch out for that one. But I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. Tennessee, Georgia. Like I said, Arkansas was Tennessee's only loss. Georgia just came off a loss against Ole Miss, and they lost to Alabama. So this is big for Georgia. If they lose this one, they're done. I even said, if Scotty was here, he'd probably say it himself. I believe that they will be out of the playoffs if they lose again, Georgia. A 3-loss SEC team. And Miguel's favorite NFL team is the Dallas Texans. Hey, that's what the Cowboys were named at first, the Texans. So I guess he's just an old school Cowboys team. But anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be a good game in itself. Texas, Georgia at Georgia. Oh yeah, he didn't know that though. You're right, he didn't know that, Miguel Oscar. So 3 great games. The Nebraska USC, that game's on Fox at 3 o'clock. That's going to be after the Colorado game. If you just want to sit there and leave it on Fox if you want. Another game I got that's I think is going to be a good game is Missouri, South Carolina. That's at 3:15 on the SEC network. 7-2 Missouri, 6-3 South Carolina. South Carolina is they got a 6-3 record, but I think they're still good. I think they can sit there and make any team they play a run for their money. So I wouldn't sleep on South Carolina. They're just missing. I think they just need a better quarterback. I'm not saying their quarterback's trash. I just think if they had a better quarterback, they would actually have a good a better chance of winning games this year. Coffee. What is mom? What are you talking about? Coffee. Oh, you talking about because I was take a drink? Yeah, drink. Ah. And the last but not least, the game that I know that y'all are excited to see is Texas versus Arkansas. Which, if you're not a college, I'm not gonna say you got a know how or anything like that, but a person who watches college a lot, college football, Texas and Arkansas has was a rivalry in the past. It was a big rivalry in the past, back in the '70s and '80s. So to see this kind of rivalry kick up again, I'm interested to see if Arkansas is going to make it into that rivalry by hyping up their players, hyping up, telling them, "Hey, this is what this is just be a rivalry. We need to go in there and kick their ass." So I'm interested to see that to see if Texas is going to go in there thinking that they're going to kick Arkansas's ass because they're 4-5, or if Arkansas is going to come in here and be like, we're going to try to ruin this team's chances to go into the SEC championship and the playoffs. No, because we're thinking about whatever y'all drinking. Oh, you're gonna be drinking coffee, watching the games. I got you. I got you. I got you. I be forgetting what I be talking about sometimes. I'm sorry. I drank since the last time I opened my mouth. So yeah, those are the games I'm gonna be watching. I'll go through them real quick again. Utah, Colorado at 11 o'clock. Boston College, SMU at 2:30 on ESPN. Nebraska, USC at 3 o'clock on Fox. Missouri, South Carolina, 3:15 SEC Network. Um, Tennessee, Alabama, again, that one's on ABC at 6:30. Texas and Arkansas. I didn't put what time that game is. I have to look it up, but of course I'm gonna have it on. Um, so,
Hey, what's
next,
up?
what's up, Scotty? There he goes. I think he
Hey,
woke up from his nap.
I'm here.
How you
Yeah,
doing
I
today,
just
sir?
finished dinner.
Oh, okay. Scott eats some steaks and shrimp all the time. So,
Nah, I had roasts tonight.
Rosas Cafe.
Yeah.
Dang, lucky. I like that place. So, welcome to the show, Scotty. Thank you for joining.
All right.
I just
Yeah.
I just went over. We can go over it real quick. Saturday's games I'm gonna be watching. The first one was the Utah
Okay.
Colorado. The hype train. Whoop whoop. I wish I had a train sound. I don't.
Yeah, that one I think will be good. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game.
You think it's gonna be defensively
Yeah, because
defensive game or
Utah's on their fourth quarterback.
dang?
It, their three quarterbacks got hurt. Now they're on their fourth, and one of their top receivers is out too.
Dang. Well, what's crazy is if that's the case, I think you might say it's gonna be low. It might be low scoring at the beginning, but I feel like Colorado's gonna open it up in this third, fourth quarter, in the second
Yeah.
in the second half. So it may be low scoring at the beginning, but at defense is gonna do so much, like we talked about in the past. So
Mm-hmm.
the next game is the Boston College SMU. So I just said I hope SMU doesn't slack on Boston College because Boston College could come in there and kick their ass.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in is Tulane and Navy.
Oh, but Navy lost two in a row. No, they won last week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but they have two losses now. So
Uh, yeah, they lost to Rice and Notre Dame.
yeah, so uh, yeah, so that one should be good. But I mean if Navy could just keep going rolling, they got undefeated Army who's they're about to play somebody good this week, aren't they? Um,
Army. I don't know if they play this week.
okay, they might have. I think it's next week. They have a tough a game. It's not tough, but it's a game. You know, it's going to be a game that's going to test them.
Yeah,
They don't. I don't think. I think the rest of their schedule is kind of easy until they play Navy. Which when
yeah.
that game comes, when it's Army Navy game, that's a tear in your eye because that means college football is almost over. That ends the regular season basically. That's the last game of the regular season. The next game was Nebraska USC. I feel like Nebraska.
Yeah,
I've always been a Matt. I always said before, I'm a Matt Rule fan.
yeah,
So I like to see the fact that USC is just struggling. So
yeah.
it makes me
Well,
happy.
that uh, Nebraska needs one more win to be bowl
Bowl
eligible.
Yep, yep. Damn, imagine USC not bowl eligible, and they were talking about them supposed to be in
There's a
it.
pretty good chance.
There is a chance for
that they
them to
won't
be,
be.
but I'm saying them not to be.
Yeah, I said there's a pretty good chance that they won't be.
Yeah, that'd be crazy because they still got to play Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That would be crazy because they're supposed to be this great powerhouse college. Next game, Missouri, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I said don't sleep on South Carolina. I might.
Yeah. I think so.
You know, Missouri's got a 7-2 record, and South Carolina got a 6-3 record. I said if they had a better quarterback, South Carolina, I think they will have a better record.
Yeah, probably.
And then the game of the week is going to be that Tennessee Georgia 8-1 Tennessee 7-2 Georgia. So I think that's going to be.
I think if Georgia loses, I think they're out. They're pretty sure they're going to be out.
What did I just tell y'all? Hold on, Scott. I told the stream. I was like, if Scotty was here, he would sit there and say, if Georgia loses, they're going to be out. I just said that. That's crazy. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think a 3-loss team is getting in. And I think if Tennessee loses, that they still have a chance.
Yeah.
Then they would only have 2.
Oscar put in the chat notice and he clapped for me. Thank you, Oscar. But yeah, I just said that. I was like, if Scotty was here, he would say if Georgia loses, they're gonna be out.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, you said it, man. Thank you, Scotty. Maybe. And then the last game. Well, I did say, well, the last game is Texas Arkansas, but I did say this before that was Tennessee's last loss was to Arkansas, who is playing Texas, and Georgia lost to Alabama and Ole Miss. So Georgia, they got a long road ahead of them if they lose this game, and like you just said, they may not be able to recover from that. But the last game is Texas and Arkansas, and I said it could be upset alert. So that could be my upset alert.
Cool, yeah.
But I just if Texas comes out and play like they played last week, I don't see a lot of teams beating them.
Yeah, I think because it's an 11:00 game, so I think if it was a night, I think it would.
The hype.
Texas would have a little be more chance of an upset, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because it's at 11, so
yeah. So the 11:00 games. I'm not saying that college football is. I'm not trying to say anything negative about college, but 11:00 games, they're just normally like good games. But if you're in that prime time game, everybody's watching. Everybody who watches college football is watching the 7:30, 6:30 games. Like the Georgia Tennessee is going to have the highest rating game. What is? Oh, that's the mic. But
Oregon, Wisconsin play.
That should be a good one. I feel like Oregon's going to win that. Wisconsin.
I'm sure. I think it was I forget what the spread was, but it was pretty high.
Yeah, I think like 15.5. I think is what it was. Oh, that was a different one. It was one of them. It was pretty high. It might have been more than that. I did see 15.5. I'm like, damn, they don't respect this team at all.
Yeah.
All right, Scotty, I think it is your time. Are you ready?
All right. I think so.
It's time for Scotty's selfish segment.
That's right. I was going to talk about the transfer portal.
Okay, we're going to talk about the transfer portal. Whoop, whoop. Let's do it, Scotty.
Yep. So less than a month, the transfer portal will open. It will be after I think it's after the Army-Navy game. It's the last game of the regular season. which we've talked about before. It's a stupid time to have it because like NFL have free agency after the regular season before the playoffs starts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's open or it'll be open. And there's 3 quarterbacks right now that I heard that are there's a pretty good chance they're gonna enter the portal. First is Miller Moss from USC. He got benched. What was that 2 weeks ago? I think. And Oklahoma's quarterback and A&M's quarterback are all supposed to pretty good chance that
Oklahoma.
there's
I know we have some Oklahoma haters here. So Oklahoma's quarterback is Arnold Jackson.
Arnold Jackson.
He's the one entering the transfer
He,
portal.
he was the one that was benched.
Yeah.
And then I also heard today that a USC commit, like a 5-star quarterback, is visiting another SEC college.
Oh damn. That's crazy. Can they still do that even though they committed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I also heard Miller Moss, USC quarterback. They said he projected he could get almost $1 million in NIL deal.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
One quarterback I know that's entering, and a lot of us who watch college football know, is the quarterback at a university in Las Vegas, UNLV. Remember, he's the guy. He's the quarterback that quit on the team after week 3. Yeah, he's supposed to enter the portal too. But I mean, if I was a coach, if I was a team, I don't know if I would want him. I would rather have a player who wants to be on the team because they want to win, not worry about the damn money.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think with this whole new NIL transfer portal, I don't really see the point in having commitments anymore because a commitment means nothing now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, yeah.
Anything else, Mr. Scotty?
That's all I have for that.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Scotty, for your segment and your whatever you're talking about. Not playing. Thanks for the transfer portal. Yes, y'all didn't forget the transfer portal is happening right after the regular season ends, which is crazy. Like we talked about that. Are they still having just one now, right?
No, there's gonna be another one in the spring.
Okay, I thought they talked about just moving to just the one. I'm not sure if they have changed it yet. Scott,
No,
my
this
mom
year
said, did you eat
they-
tortillas or did you throw one at somebody?
I'm eating them right now.
He's eating a tortilla right now. Lucky, just rub it in our face. Why don't you? Now he didn't go to Texas Tech. He went to North Texas.
Yep.
I know we talked about Texas Tech throwing tortillas on the field before the game started. All right, next thing, it is time to move on to the question of the day. And my computer, there we go. My question of the question, not my question. The question of the day is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? It could be any of the food items, any of the dessert items. It could be either or. It is what is on Thanksgiving. What do you have to have on your plate? So let us know in the chat. Let me and Scotty know. Me and Scott will let you know at the end of the next segment, which the next segment is top 5 Heisman Trophy this year right now. We're gonna do a top 5 of our Heisman. So, Scotty, are you ready?
Yeah.
Whoa, what happened there, Scotty?
I think so.
There we go. It's like you had your mic away from your mouth. I could barely hear you. All right. No. I'll let you start at number 5. What you got for number 5?
I didn't do mine in any particular order, but
okay, you just got 5. Okay.
Number 5, I'll go with Travis Hunter.
Okay. I went with my number 5. I actually did it down from 5 to 1. I went with the quarterback Curtis Rookie. I don't know how to say his last name. Out of Indiana, the quarterback who's playing hella good. Yeah, he's playing hella good. Yeah. So I got him in 5th place right now. Huh?
He didn't play last week.
Yeah, he was hurt, but they still won. But he's supposed to play not this week because they have a bye week this week. Next week against Penn State. Not Penn State, Ohio State. He's supposed to play. But he's playing really good. Again, Competition. He hasn't had the competition like the SEC, but
Yeah.
his big test is going to be against Ohio State. So we'll see how that turns out next week. But I like him as a quarterback. I think he's been playing decent. Go ahead. Who's your next? Who's another one you have?
Number 2, I'll have Jalen Milroe
Jalen
from
Milroe,
Alabama.
Alabama, the quarterback. I
Yeah.
think his what you call it, is the losses, because the losses they had, he didn't show up.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of are gonna affect. Well, I take that back because the Vanderbilt game he played good. Is that the defense couldn't stop their offense of Vanderbilt, which was crazy.
Yeah. hmm
So, but the other game, the other loss he had, they didn't play good. And I have Cam Ward, a Miami
Yeah.
quarterback, who's been playing really good. Last week they didn't. I think he still played good, but his team, as a team, it's a team sport. They didn't play good as a team.
Yeah. That's who I have next too.
Yeah, Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
I know you said that Giants have looked at him.
Yeah, they scouted him and then Carson Beck at the beginning of the year, but and I hope they don't go for Beck.
I
But
actually got.
right now,
Go ahead.
Giants have number 2 pick
Behind Raiders.
behind Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Okay. Ashton Gentry. That's who I got on here too. And a lot of people look. Go ahead, Scotty. You have. You have it.
No, I was gonna put him on there, but I don't have him because I don't see any Mountain West running back getting a Heisman.
See, I agree. I kind of agree with that, but I'm going to have him on there because I do believe he has a. How am I trying to say this? He earns the respect.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, you doing that. The way you're playing earns the respect. I think he deserves the respect he needs to get. I'm saying that wrong.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if I'm saying that right.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I don't think.
But you're saying you don't think see.
I don't think he's gonna get it.
This is what I say when I say with Scott. Scotty's the brains of the operation. I'm the one who comes and talks about through my heart. Scott would tell me no, he doesn't deserve it because of this. I'm like, well, I like the guy. Damn it, he's gonna, So
yeah, I like the guy. Yeah.
But like Scott said, Mountain West player is hard for them to get a Heisman. On top of that, the competition. He ain't facing no SEC defense. He's not facing Ohio State. He faced Oregon.
They did play Oregon.
Yeah, and he did decent.
But yeah, he did a pretty good game.
Yeah, but Oregon is not a top tier defense either. So
yeah,
I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh well, he did play Oregon because they're not a top tier defense. So there's people who are jumping all on the bandwagon, but that's just listening to the hype. If you actually watch the games and pay attention, you'll start noticing who is deserving, and that's when it comes down to the next two I have.
Scott, I have number 2. I have Dillon Gabriel.
I got Dillon Gabriel number 2 as well. I think he's playing lights out. I mean, I knocked him at the beginning of the season because the offense looked trash, and I just thought he wasn't good at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And I still don't think he's great.
Well, yeah, he fits well in the
system,
Oregon offense.
Yes. And that's what happens. It's the system. If you get a quarterback in the right system, they are going to excel. Look at DJ Uiagalelei. When he was at Oregon State, he fit the system. Now he was at Florida State, and the system doesn't fit him.
Nope.
So, yes, the system has to fit the quarterback, and Gabriel Dillon is playing. The system does fit him, and I'm not going to say he's great, but I do think he should be in the Heisman. Who's your 5th one?
And the number 1 I have was Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, Shedeur Sanders. A lot of people are sleeping on him because of my number 1. I got Travis Hunter at number 1.
I had him at number 5.
Yeah. And the reason I have him at number 1. It is hard for one to be a top receiver, but it's even
Yeah.
harder to be a defensive back and cover the best receivers, and that's what he does. And I said it before, like playing defensive back is probably one of the hardest positions. Everybody says quarterback because yes, you got to be very smart to be quarterback, but at the same time, to be a defensive back, you're going against the best athlete on the offensive side of the ball. He knows where he's going. You don't. So you have to play, that position or that you got to be really good at that position, very athletic, and he does that very well. So that's why I got him at number one. He plays 130 snaps a game, rarely comes off the field. So
Yeah.
that's where he earns my respect. And like I said, he does both very well. It's not like he lacks a receiver or lacks a defensive back. He does both very well.
Yeah.
But Shadur Sanders, yeah, he's carrying that team. The Eagles kicker missed 2 field goals. He's already missed 2 field goals. Hey, the two teams in our division, Scotty, are playing, and we're not even paying attention to it.
I'm gonna be watching it here.
Oh
in a
yeah,
second.
same. I have it on, but I haven't turned and even looked at it. So,
But
but
apparently the NFC East is struggling with kickers this year.
yeah. But thank you, Scotty, for that. You know what time it is? One of my favorite segments. It's time to put a shot on it. Hell yeah.
All right.
The first game I got is I'm gonna pick Baylor over West Virginia. Let's go Bears.
Ooh.
Sick 'em. What do you think of that, Scotty?
That'd be a pretty good one, I think.
Yep.
I think Baylor should be able to.
They're
At the beginning of the season, I thought West Virginia was going to be pretty decent, but
they fell off pretty quick.
Yeah, they're not horrible, but they're not great either. Who are they playing tonight? Oh, got Eastern Carolina, Tulsa.
Yeah, I got it on. That's all. It's 14-10 right now. So it's actually a pretty good game. Texas. Yeah. I got Texas over Arkansas, of course. Tulsa just got an interception, ran it back for a touchdown. So I got Texas over Arkansas. I got SMU over Boston College, and I'm going Colorado over Utah. So I went mostly Texas, but I went with the Colorado there. Most of Texas teams, and then I went with Colorado there at the end. So again, if I get any of these wrongs Saturday night at 9:00, I will come and put my shot on it, and we'll go from there. Scotty, do you have one? I'm ready to write it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati at Iowa State.
Oh, that's a good one. Iowa State, Cincinnati, Big 12 matchup. I'm gonna go Iowa State.
Yeah, I think they lost their last 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be looking for trying to hopefully keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, well, not their playoffs. Mostly they're good. Well, I guess so because Big 12, yeah, because that's the only way they're gonna make it now. But if there is a game out there, did y'all think of maybe tonight or tomorrow? Still put it in the chat. Add it in the chat. I'll see it. It'll pop up. It'll say predict on this, and I will answer your question. Answer the question. Let you know. I'll let everybody know, not just you. I want everybody to know. And we'll put a shot on it. I'll put a shot on it. If I'm wrong, I'll take a shot. If I'm right, I'll come gloat. So, other than that, one more thing. We got to go back to the question of the day, Scotty. See, I almost forgot. Almost forgot. Yeah, the question of the day. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? I had chicken Alfredo from Oscar. I've never had chicken Alfredo on Thanksgiving, but
yeah.
But that's a new one. My mom said chicken dressing. So, what about you, Scotty? What dish do you always have to have on Thanksgiving?
I like a good roll.
A good roll, yeah. A good soft roll with some butter.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, some honey.
Honey? Oh, I don't do honey. I do butter. I do straight butter.
Pie too.
Yeah, I gotta have me mine is a pumpkin pie. I gotta have pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie. I make pumpkin pie myself. I try making it though. It's okay. Sometimes I make it too soft.
Are
Sometimes
you gonna make one? Are you gonna make one for work?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get the ingredients this weekend. I'm gonna get the ingredients this weekend. If it comes, if I'm gonna try and make one. If it comes out good, then I'll try to do it at work.
Yeah.
Tamales. Oh, I love tamales. Some
Oh
people do eat.
yeah.
Some people do eat tamales on Thanksgiving. My lady made one from scratch before, and now every time my family asks for her to bring one. Yep. Don't ever bring anything good to a family get together because if it's good, they're always gonna want you to bring one.
Yeah.
um, but that is it. That's all we got. It's time for the last word. The last word. If you look up there in the top right, you'll see that we have 31 subs. This is just not my show. It's everybody's show. Y'all ask questions, I answer, y'all give me advice. Or y'all tell me things. So it's just not my show, it's y'all's shows too. But we have 31 subs. Let's keep it going. Again, spread the word and let everybody know about it. I appreciate it. So don't forget to hit that sub and turn notifications on so you'll know when I'm on. Also, my next show is Saturday at 9:00. That's when I'm going to be playing off my debt. Even if I got all of them right, I'll still get on and gloat and tell you I was perfect. So if you want to check that out, you can. The next thing is, remember I was telling you I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm down to 260 from 268, so I'm down 8 pounds. Haven't worked out. Just kind of changed my diet up a little bit. So that's what's been helping out a lot. And don't forget, safety first, then teamwork. I appreciate you being here, Scotty.
All right.
I know a lot of people also appreciate you being here. My mom sounds surprised you didn't say Mexican rice for Thanksgiving. Well, I don't eat it. It's not a every week, every Thanksgiving type thing. I mean, so you can't sit there and be like, oh, I gotta have it because I get Mexican rice, or I can eat Mexican rice next week. So it's not like it's something big. It's normally something I don't normally eat throughout the year. So, but I appreciate you being here, Scotty. Miguel, I appreciate you being here this week tonight. Y'all all have a great evening. Don't forget again, safety first, then teamwork. Stay out of drugs, or say no to drugs. Stay out of drugs. All right, Scotty.
All right. See ya.